So in this final video tutorial we're going to bring everything together. We're going to show you how to import data back from Site Technician into the main toolbox database and generate calibration certificates. So what we're going to do first is open Toolbox, and then we're going to have a look just to remind ourselves about calibration data templates, or as we call them in Pipette work, test plans. And then we'll have a little look just to introduce ourselves to the concept of the certificate template, and I'll show you an example of that and how then you import data from the calibrations into the certificate template. So we'll just close down the summary screen and we'll locate one of the devices that we calibrated in the previous tutorial, and that was device number AS910. So we'll find that and we'll find out which test plan it used, and it's that one there. So we'll then go to the Tools menu and open the Calibration Template Editor, and we'll open the record that we're looking for. There it is. And there are the three test points that we created, the high, medium and low values. We're also going to move to the left now and have a look at the calibration certificate template, which is the text highlighted there. The first three characters, the star, pipe, star, indicate that the template is to be found in the same folder as the executable file for Site Technician, and that is the name of the template. So what we'll do is close down the test plan editor and open up the certificate template that we just looked at. So it's choosing from recently opened files, we go to that one there, and there is the template in front of you. It's what you see is what you get, and I'm just moving the palette out of the way to show it more clearly. And a certificate is made up of several elements. One is a picture, or you can have as many of those, and static text boxes. The picture could be your company logo. We also have static text boxes. These never change in the template, hence the name static. You can specify fonts and orientations, whatever you need to do. The second type of box that we're going to look at are the database field boxes. And what you do there is specify the database field in the core data that you want to relate to. So serial number, device number, calibration date, anything that you want. And when you build a certificate, the value for that particular entry in the database, that particular device, will go into that box. You can also have special types of static text, and these are things like page numbers. It'll automatically number the pages for you. And all well-designed certificates will have page X of Y somewhere on the certificate, page 1 of 3 for example. We're now also looking at data boxes, and these will automatically be populated with the channel values that you've specified, and they will be automatically formatted. And what we're trying to do on this certificate is to put the high, medium and low as left values onto one sheet. You can pick other types of fields if you want to use them. And a very important data box is where you put the signature for the technician if you're going to assign them manually. There's a print preview, and what we'll do now is close this down and see how we use this template to generate a certificate. So going to the second menu item, we're going to import the data that we generated using Site Technician, and there is that workbook, the Access database that we created on site. So we're opening that, and there are the devices, if you remember, that we calibrated. So we'll choose the one that we're using in our example, double click the entry, and the record will be opened and the new data imported. It's warning us that we've used different equipment, so that's just to let you know that you need to pay attention to that during the calibration record process. We're now going to look at the calibration data, and what we see is the as found data, because if you remember in the previous tutorial we didn't do the as left because we thought that the calibrations were in tolerance, and there are the readings. If you wanted to stick to procedure, you can see that the as left values are totally empty. Now you can manually type them in, or there's a little trick in Toolbox. If you read the prompt below, Control I, if you press Control I, Control key, then I, the as found data will be moved into the as left boxes. So because we've set it to automatically increment the calibration dates when we enter new values, it's prompting us to accept that new date, so we'll say yes to that. It also knows that you want to calibrate it within a certain interval again, so it's asking you whether to automatically increment the next calibration due date, and there we are. So there's the next calibration date, and there's the interval that we used. And you generate these. Basically the system is a number of days followed by month will automatically generate a prompt. So if you wanted to turn that prompt off, remove that check. We'll then go to the second channel and we'll move the as found into the as left, so Control I has done that job again. The third channel, Control I, will move the as found into the as lefts. So we'll save that calibration record, and what we're going to do now is we're going to build a calibration certificate, and the first attempt is going to look a bit of a mess, and the reason for that is deliberate, because I wanted to show you how flexible Toolbox is in allowing you what to show and not to show on the calibration certificate. So the first attempt we're going to do will show all of the columns, and you'll see that they overlap into one another. So we'll turn off some of the ones that we don't want, and then you'll see a very elegant calibration certificate. So we'll unpause the system, and there's the record. Say yes to those prompts. We'll move along the tabs to the calibration certificate, and we'll build it using the template that was specified in the template. We'll use the template used in the calibration template. We can, should if need be, select another one. Sometimes you have different templates for sort of on-site reports and formal calibrations. Do exactly what you need to do. So there is the calibration certificate. And as I warned you, if you look at the calibration data, it's all a bit overlapped. The reason for that is because we've included too many columns to fit on the page. So all we really want to see is the as found data for the high, medium and low values. But the rest of it is exactly what you expected to see. So I can click the column headers and turn them red. And if the column header is red, it won't be exported onto the certificate. So I'm going to turn off the as found values because we don't need those. The as left is what is important. And then we'll go back to the certificate and rebuild it. That'll leave off the as left, and there is the calibration certificate. With the static text boxes, the field values entered where they need be. There is the equipment used. So we'll now save this as a PDF file, to which you can then attach, if need be, an electronic signature. So we'll just give this template a temporary name, save it. Toolbox has then created a PDF for you that you can now look at in your default PDF viewer, either Acrobat or Foxit. And then we'll just zoom it back so it fits the page, and there is your calibration certificate in PDF format. Certificates can be multi-page, orientated, portrait and landscape, whatever you need to do. You can even include different orientations in the same certificate. And of course, where I said put your logo here, you would actually incorporate your own company business. Thank you for watching these video tutorials. We hope you found them useful and informative.